Bishop Douglas Crosby, thank you for joining me for doing this interview for vocationculture.ca. There's a lot of young people that I run into from time to time, and they're discerning their vocation, sometimes to the priesthood. And I'm wondering if you could tell us a little bit about your call to the priesthood, in terms of what drew you to think about, becoming a priest.
When I was a young fellow, there was a priest who came to our parish and who gave a parish mission and called together the young fellows in one session, the young girls in another session, and talked about what a vocation was and talked about his particular community, which happened to be the Oblates of Mary Immaculate. And so in a sense, that was the first time I had ever really considered that possibility. And he maintained contact over the years. And when it came time to decide what I was going to do for university, I really had to make a decision about the priesthood. And so I decided that I would give it a run at least, and that really, so it was his ministry as vocation director of the Oblates that encouraged my vocation. So.
And as you were living out religious life with the Oblates, and then later on priesthood, is there one thing that stands out for either or even both of them that you've grown to love about living out this vocation?
Well, I think I was always interested in ministry, in working with the people, working in parish life. I mean, my desire as a seminarian and as a young priest was always to work in a parish, and actually to be a parish priest. I was associate for 5 years in Labrador City, and I was pastor in a parish, in St. Joseph's Parish in Ottawa, for 3 years. And really, that was my fundamental parish experience. Other than that, I've been in a variety of ministries. So I think the possibility of ministry is broader and was broader than I ever imagined. And so the call to priesthood isn't just necessarily a call to serve in a parish. It can express itself in many different ways.
Mm-hmm. And some people don't realize out there that you may be with a religious community for a time, and in a way you're still, I understand, with your religious community as you go on to serve the church as a bishop. Can you understand, or can you help us understand how that dynamic takes place?
Well, of course, one of the vows you take as an oblate is the vow of obedience, and your primary obedience is to the superior of the community, of the province to which you belong, and to the superior general. And of course, when the Holy Father calls you to accept the position of bishop.
Did he call you on the phone?
Well, through the nuncio,
okay.
Through his representative here in Canada, the nuncio gives you the message that the Holy Father has named you bishop of. Well, for me, it was the Bishop of Hamilton, and do you accept? So it's a function of that vow of obedience. You do accept, and it changes your relationship with the community for the time that you're in the position.
Mm-hmm. And when you get the call, do they expect an answer pretty quickly? Or?
Well, they do, and I think they hope for an answer. They expect an answer within the conversation. So how long does the conversation last? It's within the hour that you have to come up with a response usually.
Wow. Well, I'm so glad that you said yes, because in the short time I've gotten to know you, you've done some great things in the Hamilton Diocese, and there's a lot of young people out there who are looking to do great things with their life, and they want to live out their vocation joyfully, and they're looking at different ones like priesthood and the religious life. And I'm wondering if there's some advice that you could give them as they discern God's dream for them.
I think there are two basic attitudes to nurture and promote in your life. I think that's generally in anybody's life. And the first one is an attitude of gratitude, an attitude of thanksgiving for the gifts and talents and blessings that you have received in your life. And it's a discipline to use that word often, thank you, to use it in prayer to the Lord, but to use it in your conversation, your relationship with others. And the second attitude is an attitude of generosity, and that is, to give back, to share the gifts and talents that you have received with others for the building up of the community. That expresses itself in the Christian sense through sacrifice, actually, where you share your gifts and talents not for your own benefit, but for the benefit of someone else. And that's often tough. That's often tougher. But I think that's what the call to religious life, that's what the call to priesthood really is at the fundamental level.
I'm very grateful for you taking the time out to do this interview and to help young people discern their vocation. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Toby. Good luck in your work too.
Thank you.